Dun dun dun! Ooh, check this figure out! Oh yeah! Hey, how's it going everyone? Here with a very special video. Big shout out to Instamashi for allowing me to get access to this figure here. This is the SDCC Exclusive Edition Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku figure on sale now. If you're lucky enough to be able to go to SDCC, you can definitely pick up this figure, and I highly recommend it because he is beautiful. Let's throw that back around so you can see the front. Got lovely orange, black on the box. The event exclusive boxes have always been beautiful, and orange being one of my favourite colours. This one just really stands out extremely well. So yeah, this may be a bit of a controversial release, which we might touch on a little bit later in this video. But for now, let's have a look on the back of the box here. We have a nice selection of images showcasing the figure as usual, and he comes with an amazing, first time we've ever seen it actually, aura effect with the lightning. That really does match the Super Saiyan 2 look of this Goku release, along with the battle damage. So yeah, let's pop him out of this box and get a closer look. So we've got the Super Saiyan 2 Goku here out of his box, and actually you'll notice he's a big figure. If you had the New York Comic Con Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan Kaioken, I believe that's the name, release, very similar packaging design, but this one's even bigger. Actually split in two, so we have the effect on the back, and then Goku slots on over the top. Now obviously we've got the main man himself in the centre with that lovely Super Saiyan 2 head with halo attached. And then around the corners we have the lightning effects that also attach onto the effect on the back in the same location. So top left on the effect, and so forth. But we'll put that together a little bit later in this video so you can see it all combined. We've got 3 additional faces for this figure. We've got the base stern one, the kind of cocky smirking one there, the full on shouting, and then the teeth gritting kind of angry look. And then we've got the usual hands here. I believe this is exactly the same hands as what we get with a full power Goku. The flat, I guess, finger spread palm flat one, the instant transmission hands, the basic grips for doing his Kamehameha, and then the martial arts grip as well. So the usual arrangement of hands with these figures, so nothing too surprising there. And the faces are pretty similar to what we got with the full power Son Goku as well. You may be wondering, do these faces switch with the full power Son Goku figure? Oh, unfortunately they do not quite match up, but we'll have a little bit look at that a little bit later in this video when we do a bunch of head swaps. I've got about 4 or 5 different Goku bodies to switch his head on so we can get a close look and see what he matches up with the best. But yeah, I think for now we can take him out of his packaging, set up that key effect, that aura, and then we can get a close look at the overall finish of this Goku figure with that aura combined. And then we'll take a close look at the faces. Articulation, I don't think we really need to dive deeply into as well. If you're not new to this line, you would probably have 5 or 10 bodies similar to this already, but we will have a quick look for those who may be new to the line. But it'll just be a very brief look at articulation. Let's focus on the overall finish and then check out the heads on some other figures. So we've got the effect here out of the box. One thing before we get before we attach these lightning bits on, I just want to point out that this has a lot more of a sharp defined, lightning or a spiking aura effect look to it compared to the other auras. Overall, very similar shape and design, but I feel like it's a lot more angular and extreme compared to the previous effects that we've seen. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 peg holes on them, and each effect has these kind of round ball joint there, so we can just kind of push those on. I do recommend being careful as these are sharp, and you also don't want to risk breaking the effects. So if yours is really tight to put on, I do recommend maybe warming it up a little bit to avoid any accidental breakages. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 lightning effects all attached now into the effect, the aura effect I should say, and yeah, I think it looks really nice. There's a simple way of doing it. It would have been quite cool if we could have attached this directly to Goku as well, but at least this way it does make the effect here a little bit more universal. As this swings around, we'll just get Goku here and slide him down the center here. These will move, so you can angle them up and down where needed, but you can just essentially just slot Goku right down the center there with the aura going around him. And yeah, I think that looks absolutely amazing. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But both of these work really well together. Actually, just so we can focus on Goku, let's just stop the spinning and sort this back around. So yeah, straight away you'll notice the hair on Goku is a lovely gold colour. It does have a metallic finish to it, though it is very subtle. It's not a super bright dark yellow or orange, is it? It kind of reminds me of the look from the Cell games when they're being used to the Super Saiyan form. It gets a lot more of a softer pastely colour. That plus the sheen from the metallic gold paint I think really makes this hair pop, and it looks absolutely beautiful, especially when you get some light on it. He does have a halo as well, which from what I can tell is very similar to that on the Super Saiyan 3 Goku release, though the rod is pretty long. We'll get a close look of where that attaches a little bit later. The face printing is super crisp and clean as usual, and the body overall is the same as the full power Goku, though we do have the sculpted battle damage for the rip shirt to really match that post Yakon battle in the early Buu saga. The other main difference that you'll see is it has a lovely subtle matte blue finish for his belt and accessories, as well as for shoes, and the actual paint colouring for his body is a nice, again, matte finish for that orange gi, with a little bit of shading and highlighting there. It's not extreme for the weathering, it is very subtle, but I think it looks really nice. And I understand why they probably don't put it with weathering on every release. It's something that seems to be a little bit more reserved for the exclusive figures, because it really does give them a little bit more of a premium look to them, which is nice. Though it would be nice to kind of get some more general easy to access bodies like this for those that do love to collect multiples for head swaps. So I mentioned earlier we won't delve deep into the articulation, so let's have a quick look. The overall head is the same. It has the pop that off, the usual peg and ball joint in there, so that is the same size as the other figures, so you can switch the heads around if you so desire. I'll leave the head off just for a moment. The shoulder design here, again, just like every other Goku, everything moves nicely. Same usual range of motion. The upper chest as well, got the forward motion. Back motion, again, is pretty limited. There are ways you can adjust this to get further range, though I probably wouldn't do that on a limited release such as this. The legs, overall, not too bad. We've had about 10 or so different figures released in the line now with various bodies based on this design with subtle differences. So overall, yeah, not really much to say, to be honest. It's nice. It feels really good. The actual finish, the matte style on it is really nice as well. So let's just put this head back on and we can get a close look at those faces. So the base face that it comes with is that kind of stern look, a very neutral pose, but again, I think the sculpting and the printing on his face looks really nice. We've got the details above on his forehead there, off to the side of the eyes. Yeah, everything just looks super crisp and clean, especially with that nice Super Saiyan 2 hair look. We've got the giant bang coming down to the front, which is the iconic look for Super Saiyan 2. We've got these side bangs as well, which are coming through off to the side there, in a nice kind of angled arrow look. I'll swing around to the back as well so you can have a closer look. And while we're looking at the back here, we can see the halo is attached on this very long clear rod, which sticks into the very back tuft of hair. So this does swivel around, and you can pop it out if you do want to go for a non-halo version. And since that is at the very back, for the most part you won't notice the hole there. So to take the faceplates off, we take the hair off the front as usual, and they'll give us access to the faceplate, which we can then just pop off. It's held on by 2 pegs in a very similar design to the full power Goku, though the sizing is slightly different. You can place the new face plate on, and then the hair just over top. And this brings us to the second faceplate, which is the teeth gritting, slightly angry look. And yeah, again, the extra detailing, the emphasis above his, the bridge of his nose, above his eyebrows and off to the side, really does bring the emotion forward in this figure. We've got some pretty nice angular sculpting in his face as well. The next face is the slight cocky look with his, I guess, I feel like this is a very Vegeta-esque look actually, an expression, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first time we've had a face like this for a Goku figure. If he has had one before, drop a comment below which figure, but off the top of my head I can't think of any that does come with anything like this. I think it's quite nice to get something a little bit different, a little bit more unique, and I think it does kind of fit that Super Saiyan 2 look, because if you remember back when Gohan first went Super Saiyan 2, he definitely became a lot more cockier than his normal, I guess, pacifist self. But again, all the sculpting, printing on this face looks absolutely amazing. And finally we have the shouting look here, which is perfect for those Kamehameha poses. The mouth wide open, again the emphasis on the details above the nose, on the nose bridge there, and above the eyebrows I should say, and then on the end as well. Everything just really comes together to create an extreme amount of emotion in this face. Now if you do want to see photos of this figure posed using these different faces, you can check out a whole bunch of photos on rockchala.com, and there's also some at the end of this video, and I'll be posting some up on Instagram as well, so be sure to check those out. There'll be links in the description below if you're unsure where to go. Okay, so we've got, wow, an army of Goku here. We've got Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, the Super Saiyan Blue, the new superhero Goku, Full Power, Awakening, shirtless, silver-haired dude, blue shirt, the 2019 exclusive one, and obviously the man himself, Super Saiyan 2, Son Goku, here in the center with his effect. So we'll actually put his head on some of these other bodies to see how it matches up. But first I thought it'd be pretty cool to see what these figures look like with this cool aura. So we'll take the Super Saiyan 2 out here, and we'll just quickly put each one in for a little bit of a comparison. And yeah, you can let me know in the comments below which one you think works pretty well. I won't get them into any cool poses or anything like that, just kind of ease them in and see what they're like. So this is a full power Goku. I think this one actually looks pretty good. Obviously with a bit more of a powering out face would look really good there. Okay, let's slide him out. Next up we've got the movie Goku. Slide him down. Yeah, I mean, the base one, probably not so much. I think this, since it is a yellow aura, does suit the Super Saiyan here a lot more. And the colours on the superhero Goku is a bit muted compared to other figures. Now the super powered up greeting Goku there, I mean, yeah, it's okay, as I mentioned this previously. Base here, not so good. Super Saiyan Blue, I guess since it is blue lightning, it's not so bad. It could be a mid transformation or something like that. It's not horrible. Definitely a bit better than the base Goku. We've got the buff shirtless instinct Goku here. Yeah, I think it suits the whole battle damage ripped shirt look really cool. Put on a Super Saiyan head on that, I think that'll look really nice. And same for the blue shirt Goku as well. Love that battle damage. And he's got the nice weaving on his legs as well. Actually not too bad. Surprising, I think it actually looks quite nice with this darker blue metallic hair, even though it does have the yellow key aura in the back. And then finally we've got the awesome Awakening Goku. I really do hope we get a re-release of this figure at some point soon, because he does look really good, even for an older figure. And yeah, battle damage, the ripped blue shirt with the lightning, and the Super Saiyan head. I think it looks really nice on there. It actually matches pretty well. What do you think of all these figures? Which one was your favourite? Obviously I think it does suit the Super Saiyan 2 the best. It is really, well, it is made for this figure. Though I think my second favourite is definitely the Awakening Goku that we have set up there currently. But yeah, that's the effect. Now let's take some heads off and check out the Super Saiyan 2 head on these different bodies. So I've taken the head off all the Gokus here. I've actually put their peg just flat back, because popping the head on and off all these figures is a little bit time consuming and a little bit painful, and I don't also really want to risk breaking any pegs needlessly. So we'll start off with the superhero Goku body here with the head, and we can just hold it over top. Yeah, I think overall the body itself looks cool, but the skin tones are actually quite different. That's something we've had an issue with the new Goku superhero body a few times. It does have a lot more of a pastier skin tone. But yeah, the look on that base gi is actually really nice. So we'll be able to see that a little bit more shortly. We've got the full power Goku here, which is actually basically the same as what we do get, except for its non-battle damage. The colours are nice, the skin tones again match up, though the softer colours of the belt and accessories for the Super Saiyan 2 body is a lot nicer. We've got the shirtless body here, Goku. That is really nice. I do like the look of that. I would definitely put the head properly on this body for some photos at a later stage, so you can check those out on Instagram when I do get around to doing it. Same for the... I actually do quite like this. This is the Super Saiyan Blue body. The darker blue colour, I'm not a huge fan of generally, but it does kind of work quite nicely with this head. And we've got the Awakening body here, which is awesome. Skin tones a little bit different. The Awakening body is a bit softer, and the colouring a little bit more peachy. But battle damage looks really good with the Super Saiyan 2 head. Of course, we've got the super budget same resonant with Goku body. Again, this one's pretty nice, very similar to the other Super Saiyan Blue Goku body, though I think the blue one is a little bit nicer because that orange is a little bit brighter. It kind of suits the hair a little bit more. And then finally we've got the Super Saiyan, not Super Saiyan, sorry, I always forget his name, the Ultra Instinct one, the Saiyan, the event exclusive blue shirt. That looks really nice. Hopefully we get a retail release for the blue shirt eventually going forward. I think it'll look really good, especially when we get some nice Super Saiyan heads on that body. So all these bodies do have the same peg, so you can put the heads on there properly, and as we can see on the shirtless body, that is looking really nice. Though it is it's a soft pastel yellow, but it's also very bright due to the gold sheen. So I think maybe instead of a shirtless body, I think on the blue shirt, I think it'd definitely be a bit nicer, something to give it some nice contrast. So the shirtless body looks nice, but I think just getting it with that blue shirt for some contrast, oh man, that is nice. I'm really digging the Super Saiyan 2 look on the blue shirt. I would definitely be pumped once we do get a proper Super Saiyan version of this body at some point as well. I think, yeah, this is probably going to be my favourite pairing for the other bodies, though the actual body that does come with this head, I think, really suits it with that subtle battle damage. But yeah, what's your favourite of these bodies and pairings? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I'll definitely endeavour to take more photos of this head on various bodies to post on Instagram, so you can check that out at a later date. Okay, so now that we've checked out the Super Saiyan 2 head on the various Goku bodies, I wanted to quickly show what the full power head looks like on this head. And yeah, there's a big gap there. I mean, that head design, or I should say the faceplate design, is, I would say, 99% the same. So if I have faceplates here, we've got the Super Saiyan 2 and the full power one. I mean, when you look at them, they're essentially the same. It's just the placement of those pegs is ever so slightly different. So when you do put them on, it won't properly line up like the Super Saiyan 2 faceplate here. So that is a shame. It would have been quite cool to be able to change these faceplates around, especially be able to put on the happy kind of goofy look from the full power Goku that we have on display at the moment. Okay, so let's jump into the final thoughts for this release. And yeah, I guess straight away for pros, this effect is amazing. The fact that we have the lightning coming off it just really does make it pop a lot more, especially with a more defined, I guess, key streak or lines coming up is really nice. I mean, it has the same shape as the other ones, but this is definitely has a lot more depth to it. And it's a bit more of a sharper, tighter curve as well, and whereas the last one was a bit more of a gradual curve going around. So I think this one looks really nice, especially when combined with the Super Saiyan 2 look, which is a little bit more aggressive, and the extra front band coming up the front. Now the hair itself looks amazing. It looks, I'm pretty sure it's just the same head as what they did show off back at, I think it was Tamashii Nations 2020, and that one there looked really good from what we could tell from those photos. However, this one here, along with the soft colouring, it has gone with the extra metallic look, which is, I guess, a bit of a trademark, maybe from the event exclusive line. I mean, the previous Goku one had a metallic here as well. The New York Comic Con exclusive last year had metallic throughout its hair as well. So yeah, it is definitely fitting the line there. The battle damage on the chest looks great. I mean, to be honest, for me, I think this is the best Goku that they have released, and that is where my disappointment begins, because it's an event exclusive. Not everyone has access to it. For me, I would love to see this get a general release as is for everyone, no matter which country you live in, to have easy access to this figure, because I think it definitely is a must-have for every collection. The extra weathering on the belt, while subtle, is more of a matte colour, but you get the nice depth in there. The kind of orange shading on this gear as well. It's not really like anything we've seen before. The closest one is the pants on the previous exclusive, though this one had a bit more of a darker weathering though. The next kind of close one is, it's not even really close, but the Awakening Goku have a matte look, though a lot more of a muted orange colour, whereas this is definitely a lot more vibrant. So yeah, for me personally, this is probably my favourite colour matchup of the blue and orange that we've seen so far. So I'm really hoping we get a easy access version of this. The faces, yeah, I mean, they look fantastic like every other release. So for me, the cons, it's just the release method, to be honest. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a lot of comments or a lot of people saying it's this Goku body again. You can see the skin tone of the shoulder, but articulation is not the best compared to newer figures, for example, the Ultimate Gohan and so forth. I mean, that's true. It would be great to get an updated release of Goku with a more articulated body, though if this body getting a release all the time helps fund other figures by keeping costs down, then I'm happy with that trade-off. Though eventually I do hope we get a redesign of the torso area for more articulation. But for the time being, I'm still really happy with this body overall. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think about this release, and what you love or maybe what you dislike about it. Yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on the other exclusives going forward in the near future, so once I do, I will definitely put up a review of those. But I'm sure there's going to be lots of cool photos floating about online from people going to the event, and if you're going yourself and you pick them up, please do tag me in any posts you make, showing off Android 16, especially Shinra. I'm really keen to see what he's like in person. And same with Boo. Boo is looking pretty cool. He's got real nice shiny gloves and boots now. I'm kind of keen to see what other differences he does have, so when you do get your hands on them, please do tag me in any posts you make online, so I can check them out. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to check out more photos of Super Saiyan 2 Goku here, you can jump online, yeah, on Instagram and rockchala.com as well. So yeah, again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, cheers!